Hello children, this is Sweta here and this is my second video for the topic understanding quadrilaterals. The topics which I will be covering in this video will be the angle sum property of a triangle and quadrilaterals. Under quadrilaterals, I will be covering both convex and non-convex quadrilateral. Then we will see how to find the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. Then we will solve few questions based on some of the interior angles of a polygon. And at the end, I have given few practice questions which you can practice in your home. The answer key will be provided in my next video. And if you have any doubt in any particular question, you can put it up in the comment box. Angle sum property. This you have already studied in grade 6 also. That in a triangle, the sum of the three angles of a triangle is 180 degree. But why we say the sum of the angles is 180 degree? So there is an activity. Now if you take one triangle, here if you see I have taken a triangle ABC and all the angles are marked over here. Now when you cut out these angles and put it in a straight line like how I have shown over here, and if you arrange it, what you will see that they are forming a straight angle. If you see here, this is forming a straight angle, and we know that the measure of a straight angle is 180 degree. That's why angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Now, if we take a quadrilateral, so quadrilateral is a polygon which is having four sides. So here I have taken a quadrilateral which is a rectangle. Now here what I have done, I have joined the one of the diagonal of this rectangle, and when I have joined it, I have got AC as my diagonal. And if you see over here, this is divided in two triangles. Okay, the rectangle is getting divided in two triangles, which is triangle ABC. This is your first triangle. Okay, this is your first triangle, and the second triangle, if you see over here, this is triangle ADC. So the when I join the diagonal, my quadrilateral is getting divided in two triangles. And what we have studied just now, in a triangle, the sum of the three angles is 180 degree. So for triangle ABC also, all the three angles will be 180 degree. And for triangle ADC also, all the three angles will be 180 degree. So 180 degree for triangle 1 and 180 degree for triangle 2 also. And when you add it all the angles, you will see the sum of all the angle will become 180 degree plus 180 degree, which is equal to 360 degree. That's why sum of the four angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Clear? Now we will see the next. Now here I have taken two quadrilaterals. One is convex and one is non-convex quadrilateral. And what I have to find over here, I have to find the sum of the measure of the angles of a convex quadrilateral, and we have to see whether this property hold true if the quadrilateral is not convex. Okay, so we have seen just now that if a quadrilateral is a convex quadrilateral, the sum of the four angles is 360 degree, right? We have seen just now. And what we did, we have divided this quadrilateral in two triangles by joining the diagonal. This is my first triangle, this is the second triangle. We know that sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So this is also 180, this is also 180. Though sum of all the four angles will become 180 degree plus 180 degree, which is 360 degree. Now if you see the second figure, which is a non-convex quadrilateral, here also if I join this diagonal BD, again I can see here the figure is getting divided in two triangles 1 and 2. So sum of the angle of first triangle is 180 degree, sum of the angle of the second triangle is also 180 degree. So here also the sum of all the four angles will become 180 degree plus 180, which is equal to 360 degree. So we can conclude from here that whether a quadrilateral is a convex or non-convex, sum of all the angles will always be 360 degree. Clear? Okay, now here we will do one activity to find the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. Just now we have seen for triangle that sum of all the angle is 180 degree. Then we have seen for quadrilateral also sum of all the four angles is 360 degree. But how will you find the sum of the interior angles of a polygon which is having 7 sides or 8 sides? So let's see this activity. By doing this activity, what we will do, we will generalize one formula. Okay, and by using that formula, we can find out the sum of the interior angles of the polygon in a fraction of a second. Okay, so let's see how. So here if you see in a triangle, we have seen here that sum of all the angles is 180 degree. Okay, so in quadrilateral also what we did, we have divided it in two triangles. Next, I have taken a polygon which is having a 5 sides, and here I have divided this pentagon in 3 triangles. So 1, 2 and 3. And if a polygon which is having 6 sides, here I have divided it into 4 triangles. So now we will see here how to find the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. So here we have seen that sum of all the 3 angles in a triangle is 180 degree, right? So when the number of sides are 3, what we are getting? We are getting here that sum of all the 3 angles is 180 degree, which I have written as 1 into 180, because here it is only one triangle. In the second case, I have two triangles. Okay, so sum of the interior angle will be 2 into 180 degree. And we have seen also sum of the all the four angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degree, which is 2 into 180 degree is also 360. Here in pentagon, which is having 5 sides, it is getting divided in 3 triangles. Okay, each triangle sum of the 3 angles is 180. So 180 here, 180 here also, 180 here also. So it will be 3 into 180 degree. And in hexagon, it is divided in 4 triangles, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So sum of the all the angles of a hexagon will be 4 into 180 degree. Okay, now if you see here, okay, if you see here in all the cases, this 180 degrees remains as it is. In all the cases you can see it is 180 degree. But if number of side is 3, I am getting it as 1 into 180 degree. If number of side is 4, I am getting 2 into 180 degree. If number of side is 5, I am getting 3 into 180 degree. If number of sides are 6, we are getting 4 into 180 degree. So now try to see, is there any pattern over here? P and 1, 4 and 2, 5 and 3, 6 and 4. Isn't it? Now here 3, 4, 5 and 6 are nothing but the number of sides of the polygon. But can you see any relation? So if you see here from 3, if you subtract 2, you will get 1. From 4, if you subtract 2, you will get 2. From 5, if you subtract 2, you will get 3. And from 6, if you subtract 2, you are going to get 4. So can I write this as n minus 2? Here, this 1, 2, 3 and 4 is nothing but number of sides minus 2, isn't it? 3 minus 2 gives 1, 4 minus 2 gives 2, 5 minus 2 gives 3, 6 minus 2 gives 4. So from there, we can write the sum of all the interior angles of a polygon having n sides can be written as n minus 2 multiplied by 180 degree. Okay, and this formula you can be written in other way also, which is 2n minus 4 into right angle. Right angle means 90 degree. Okay, so there are two formulas to find the sum of interior angles. One is n minus 2 into 180 degree, or you can use 2n minus 4 times right angle. Now we will solve few questions based on sum of the interior angles of a polygon. So we have seen that the formula to find the sum of the interior angles of a polygon is n minus 2 into 180 degree, right? Where n is number of sides. And if you see in the question given here, that number of sides are 4. So I can assume here that n is 4 here. So if you find it out, n equal to 4, if you substitute, you will get 4 minus 2 into 180 degree, which is 2 into 180 degree. and you will get the answer as 360 degree. So sum of the all the interior angle of a polygon which is having 4 sides is 360 degree. Now same way we will see here, if number of sides are 6, okay, then what will be the sum of the interior angle? So again we are going to use the same formula, n minus 2 into 180 degree, and in this case if you see, the value of n is 6. So if you use the formula n minus 2 into 180 degree, so just substitute n as 6. So 6 minus 2 into 180 degree, which is equal to 4 into 180 degree. And what is 4 into 180 degree? 720 degree. So sum of the interior angles of a polygon which is having 6 sides will be 720 degree. Now next in this question you have to find the measure of angle x. And if you see here, this polygon is having a 4 sides. So 4 sides means it is a quadrilateral. So we know that what is the sum of interior angle of a quadrilateral? We have seen, right? Sum of the interior angle of a quadrilateral is 360 degree, isn't it? Sum of all the angles in a quadrilateral, okay, in a quadrilateral is how much? It is 360 degree. So now what we will do, we will use this concept to find the measure of angle x over here, because I have three angles, okay, one angle is 50 degree, another is 130 and 120, only the fourth angle is missing, and I know that sum of all the angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So I can write it here, x plus 120 degree plus 130 degree plus 50 degree is equal to 360 degree, right? And x plus, and if you added 120 degree plus 130 degree plus 50 degree, what you will get? You will get it here as 300 degree. Okay, and this is equal to 360 degree. So the value of x will be 360 degree minus 300 degree, and you will get the value of x at 60 degree. Clear? This was the easy question. Now in figure B also we have to find the value of x. So if you see here PQRST, this is a polygon which is having 5 sides, okay, and we have to find the value of x, but here only one of the value is given. So first we will try to find the value for angle QRS and angle TSR. Why? How will you find? Because if you see 70 degree plus this angle QRS, they are forming a linear pair. Okay. So, and we know that in a linear pair, their sum will be 180 degree. So, I'm going to mark these unknown angles as angle 1 and angle 2. So, angle 1, how will you find? Angle 1 will be 180 degree minus 70 degree, which will give me 110 degree, and angle 2 will be 180 degree minus 60 degree, which will give me 120 degree. And now this is a pentagon. So pentagon is having 5 sides. We know that in a pentagon, what is the sum of all the interior angle? Sum of the interior angle will be 540 degree. If you don't know how to find, then you can use the formula n minus 2 into 180 degree, and using this formula you will get the sum of the interior angle will be 540 degree. So now I will write x plus angle 1 whose value is 110 degree plus 120 degree plus x plus 30 degree. This will be equal to 540 degree. And now we have to solve this. So it will be 2x plus 260 degree will be equal to 540 degree. And 2x will be equal to 540 minus 260 degree. And what is 540 degree minus 260 degree? It will be equal to 280 degree. So the value of x will be 280 degree divided by 2, which will be equal to 140 degree. So in the second case, the value of x is 140 degree. So these value will be equal to 140. Now let's see the third question. Now here in the C question, if you see, you have to find the value of x, y and z. Okay. Now using the linear pair property, we can get the value of x, we can get the value of z, but we don't have any angle value given over here. So what I will do, I will first try to find this angle value using the angle sum property of a triangle. So I'm going to mark this angle as angle 1. And using angle sum property, what will happen? Angle 1 will be 180 degree minus 30 degree plus 90 degree. And you can mention here, you have used angle sum property. Okay. Angle sum property of a triangle is 180 degree. Now 180 degree minus what you will get, 30 plus 90. 30 plus 90 will give you 120 degree. So the value of angle 1 is 60 degree. Okay. Now let's find the value of x. So x is x plus 90 degree. They are forming a linear pair. So the value of x will be 180 minus 90 degree, which will be equal to 90 degree. Now same way the value of y will be 180 degree minus 60 degree, which will give you 120 degree. And the value of z will be equal to 180 degree minus 30 degree. Okay, and which is 180 minus 30 degree will give you 150 degree. But in the questions is you have to find the value of x plus y plus z, which is equal to 90 degree plus 120 degree plus 150 degree. So what is the value of 90 degree plus 120 plus 200, 150 degree? This will give you 360 degree. And in my next video, we will see, now if you see here x, y, z, they all are exterior angle. So in my next video, we will see this property that the exterior angle of any polygon is always 360 degree. Okay. So now we will see here question number 3. Now question 3 says that the sum of all the interior angles of a polygon is 1080 degree. You have to find the number of sides of the polygon. Now in the previous cases, number of sides were given and we were finding out the sum of all the interior angles. Now here it is sum of the interior angles are given and we have to find the number of sides of the polygon. Okay, so what we will do? We will use the formula. Sum of the interior angle formula is n minus 2 times 180 degree is equal to 1080 degree. Right. Now we'll solve it and we'll get the value of x. So n minus 2 will be equal to 1080 degree divided by 180 degree. So you will get here n minus 2 equal to 6. So n will be 6 plus 2, which will be equal to 8. So number of sides of the polygon is 8. So the polygon is octagon. Okay. This was a simple question. Now we'll move to question number 4. Now in question number 4, the four angles in a quadrilateral are in the ratio 3 is to 4 is to 5 is to 6. Now we have to find the angles. Now whenever you see the question where ratios are given, the very first thing which you have to do is you have to assume the ratio be x. So first you write let the ratio be x. So the angles will be, okay, angles will be 3x, 4x, 5x and 6x. Okay. And as this is a quadrilateral, we know that sum of all the four angles is 360 degree. So we are going to use that property, 3x plus 4x plus 5x plus 6x equal to 360 degree. So now what is the sum of 3x plus 4x plus 5x plus 6x? This will give you 18x equal to 360 degree. So the value of x will be 360 degree divided by 18, which will give you 20 degree. Now this is the value of x. But what you have to find? You have to find the angles. It means you have to find the value of, you have to find here the value of 3x, 4x, 5x and 6x. So let's find that. So 3x will be 3 into 20 degree. This is equal to 60 degree. Then 4x will be equal to 4 into 20 degree, which is equal to 80 degree. And 5x will be 5 into 20 degree, which is equal to 100 degree. And 6x will be equal to 6 into 20 degree, which is equal to 120 degree. So the angles are 60 degree, 80 degree, 100 degree and 120 degree. And as it is a quadrilateral, if you add all the angles 60 degree plus 80 degree plus 100 degree plus 120 degree, you should get the sum as 360 degree. If the sum is not coming as 360 degree, it means you have done some calculation mistake. So you have to revisit your question and just check where you have done the mistakes. Now moving to the next question. Now here, one angle of a seven-sided polygon is 114 degree and each of the other six angles is x degree. Find the magnitude of x degree. So this is a seven-sided polygon, okay, and the seven-sided polygon is known as heptagon, or in some books it is written as septagon also. Now only one angle measure is given and that angle is 114 degree. So you can assume any one of the angle as 114 degree and it is given each of the other six angles is x degree. Means this is also x degree, this is also x degree, all the remaining angles are x degree. Okay, so remaining six angle, as it is a seven-sided polygon, so it will have only seven angles. One angle value is given and rest all is x degree only. And we know that in a seven-sided polygon, how to find the sum of all the interior angles? If n is 7, you have to again use this formula, n minus 2 into 180 degree. Okay, so now substitute the value of n at 7. 7 minus 2 into 180 degree. 7 minus 2 will give you 5 into 180 degree. And what is 5 into 180 degree? It will give you 900 degree. Okay, so sum of all the interior angles of a seven-sided polygon is 900 degree. Now I'm going to use this value to find the magnitude of x. So 6 angles value is given as x degree. So I can write 6 times x degree plus 114 degree is equal to 900 degree. So 6x will be equal to 900 degree minus 114 degree. So the value of 6x, we will get it as 786 degree. So the value of x will be 786 degree divided by 6 and we will get 131 degree as the magnitude of x. Now this is one practice sheet which I have given here such that you all can revise your concept and you can check how much you understood the concept by solving these questions. And I'm going to provide the answer key in my next video. Okay, and if you have any doubt in any particular question, please put it up in the comment box. Okay, so that's all for today's class. Thank you and please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you once again.